Hi, everyone. This is Jeff Goldblatt with Rebecca's Wish. We have a very special guest to introduce you to, although some of you may already know her. Alyssa Hanchew, coming to us from Northwestern Arkansas. Hello, Alyssa.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here with us. You just had a birthday, huh?
Yes, it was yesterday. It was my 20th.
20th. Wow. I bet you some people may have thought at some point that you wouldn't make it to 20 because you had a really difficult bout with pediatric pancreatitis.
Correct.
Tell us about that, when it started and your symptoms.
I had my first attack at 14 months old. I started to turn yellow one day and I wasn't able to keep any baby formula down. My mom tried everything, all the alternatives, and nothing worked. And she eventually took me to the emergency room, and just by chance, the ER doctor ordered a test on my amylase and lipase, and that's how we found out I was having a pancreatitis attack at 14 months old for the first time.
So your whole youth has been defined by this disease?
Yes.
And at what year did you have your pancreas removed?
I was 11.
11 years old. So you've lived 9 years without your pancreas. So in that sense, you're united with Rebecca Taylor,
Yes.
whom you met at a very young age, correct?
Yeah, I met her when I was either 7 or 8.
And you guys have become dear friends, right?
She was my first hospital pen pal. Our hospital rooms would be on the opposite sides of the hospital floors, and we would walk to each other's rooms and write notes to each other.
That's super cute. But if you think about it, there are not many young adults like yourselves who have had childhoods marked or scarred by this disease, had your pancreas removed, and now you're still living this journey to be able to tell.
Yeah.
I know for you physically, obviously the challenge is there, but you wanted to speak about the mental health toll on people who have pediatric pancreatitis, but then are dealing with pancreatitis as adults. What is it like day to day for you?
Well, I was professionally diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder from this disease. So I probably have reoccurring symptoms daily, just very anxious, fall into really bad depressive episodes.
And do you think that's because you're worried about your next breath or your next day? Is that the anxiety?
That, and then just the emotional exhaustion it is to deal with such disease.
Explain that if you would, please.
Most of my emotional trauma is related to pancreatitis attacks specifically. So I'll have nightmares, and they will be about having pancreatitis again, even though I've been without my pancreas for almost 10 years now.
Are you having other symptoms from the disease, the original disease?
I have other diseases and medical conditions that were branched off of pancreatitis, like fibromyalgia, endometriosis, just other stuff. So I also have to deal with those things on top of it.
How do you find the strength day in and day out to just push ahead, knowing that you've been given this chance and you've been living all these years without a pancreas?
Because I feel sometimes the only option is to keep going.
Do you speak to other young adults like yourselves or kids who are younger?
I'm in contact with
what kind of advice do you give them?
To talk to your parents about the emotional and mental toll it takes, because parents, doctors are also fixated on the physical trauma because it's so severe that they often overlook that. So to make sure that they vocalize and communicate with them.
How about speaking to other peers like Rebecca, like others who are going through this?
Yeah.
I imagine that gives a lot of comfort.
It does.
So in that sense, how has Rebecca's Wish helped you with your journey?
It's helped me meet other kids like me so I don't feel alone. Because before I met Rebecca, I traveled across the country trying to seek help, and no one knew how to help me. And I didn't meet my first friend who had pancreatitis until Rebecca. And that was when I was 8, 9. So I was very young.
But now you know you really are not alone.
I'm not. No.
And one of the many things I think that's super cool about you is you've decided to help Rebecca's Wish. Why don't you tell us about how you're working shoulder to shoulder with us to get the word out about pediatric pancreatitis?
Right now, I am working with Rebecca and our other two friends, Hannah and Bella, on a Instagram page where we will be routinely posting and taking turns to just raise awareness about the disease. And we're hoping to give kids like these plush pancreases that we have. There's that. I want to eventually start doing what Rebecca has done and like go see kids in the hospital. But since I'm located in Arkansas, it's probably not too likely to me to be able
You do
to
it
do that.
virtually.
True. I haven't actually thought about that.
Oh, good. I'm glad I'm able to help and give you that idea.
That's actually
Tell us about that Instagram page and what it is, just a little bit more.
My friends, Bella, Rebecca, and Hannah, each of us are going to be talking about our own specific topics. So, for instance, Bella, for her TPAIT, she will be talking about like diabetes, the blood sugar issues, because she is back on insulin. And then for me, for instance, I'll be posting about like mental health and stuff. And we're just hoping to just raise awareness about specifically whatever we feel like needs to be talked about more.
I think it's a great idea, in part because it's been adults other than Rebecca who have been managing the communication for Rebecca's Wish, and to have young adults and kids now getting involved, we'll be able to communicate in a way that we haven't before. So I'm really excited to get you all on board.
Thank you. I'm excited too.
So as you approach the upcoming year here, I'm talking about now kind of a school year. Are you back in school? What kind of things are you doing with your life?
Yeah, I'm enrolled in college. I'm a double major in criminology and psychology.
Criminology and psychology. Wow. And where are you in school?
I'm currently at Northwest Arkansas Community College, and then I will transfer to the University of Arkansas after my first 2 years.
Phenomenal. Anything else you want to tell us, Alyssa?
I think that is it.
Okay, well, wonderful. Enjoy the rest of your August here. And we just thank you so much for your time and for being a wonderful part of Rebecca's Wish. All right, it was wonderful to see you.
It was wonderful to see you too. Thank you.